Good evening. Hope you're well. It's just on 10:30 on Tuesday evening. Okay, so getting distracted by the music again. So I'm going to share with you this evening a little bit more on the modifications that I've been doing to the fit. We're playing EVE Online. We are tuning our Ishtar ship for combat, drone combat specifically. Okay, so we have now made a few more modifications. We have now got Guard A2s, Hobgoblin 2s, and we've got Warden 2s as well. The Warden 2s are the really long range ones. And for this fit, we've added the Afterburner 2 as well, and that was a strong suggestion, should we say, from the audience last time. So we've added that back in. We've retained the sensor booster, which gives us the additional range, the control range for the drones, and we've also kept hold of the Omni-Directional tracking link 2, which basically gives the Guard A2s much better hit rate. So we kept hold of those. We already had Damage Control 2, and we already had Drone Damage Amplifier 2 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of those. So big investment in the fit in drone damage. Big investment up here in drone range. We've added the ability to be a little bit nimble. The large shield extender we have migrated from. We've kept hold of the multi-spectrum shield hardener, and in lieu of that we've upgraded the medium core defense field purger 2 to a tech 2 from a tech 1, and in conjunction with everything else that we've got, we are now not tank heavy, but the shields will recover quite quickly. Not aiming to test those out, certainly not this evening. This evening I want to specifically look at the range again on these specific drones, the Warden 2s, those that we've added since previous. So just looking at some of the facts that are going to govern the range. We've got the 83 kilometers where we can actually fire, or we should be able to fire. And we should be good for 160 meters on targeting. but we'll see how that translates down to reality. Okay, so that's the fit. Just a reminder, we are in the Ishtar. We are piloting HMS Firefly 2. And the Ishtar is one of the heavy assault cruiser group, and it's heavily optimized for the drone combat, which is just as well. Okay, so let's undock and see what's out there. Before we do, I'm just going to make sure the Mackinac is ready for when we have an opportunity, should we say, to come back and do some mining. When we've got no Guristas, NPCs to have our target practice with, we will come back and we will do some mining. And just having a look in the mining hold is empty, and that is actually ready to go, so I'm happy with that. Okay, let's undock and get stuck in. Okay, so we've got some we'll have a look at whether we've got something on the scope and we can zoom out. There you go. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a lot of assumptions about the way the range should work. I'm going to go in initially no closer than 70 kilometers. Let's see how we go. And as suggested by the gentleman who helped me out and provided some strategic thinking during the last stream, we're now using drone groups, so I can very quickly get those out and get those in. Okay, so everything should lock up straight away. Afterburner on, Omni-Directional tracking unit on, sensor booster on, multi-spectrum shield hardener on. We are going to put the Wardens in space, and we're going to lock up the targets. They should all lock up nice and easy. Okay, this is the first use of the Warden 2. So the current range is about 63 kilometers. That's not really testing anything at all, but we'll see how we progress. So just a reminder, the Warden 2 is just like the Guard A2 in terms of it is a sentry drone. You drop it and it doesn't do anything. Okay, so 90 kilometers we are locking up, absolutely no problem at all. But we cannot fire until 83. Okay, that's as expected, that's as it was with the Guard A2. The Warden 2 is optimized for range. As soon as that gets down to 83, we'll hit fire. There we go. And it takes it straight out, which is exactly what you want. So in terms of the mission strategy with these, we are just testing here. But in reality, during a mission, you could warp in and be close, a lot closer to the target. Which isn't a problem, because if we were closer, we've got a group of Hobgoblin 2s, and we've also got a group of Guard A2s as well, which we would use strategically based on the gameplay tactics. Okay, that's all within 83, so we should be able to fire. Let's have a little closer look at what's going on. Okay, missed it. But that's it. There's me and 5 drones out in space. And I have got auto attack on, although I'm not relying on it at this stage.
To give the commands to a drone requires you to have an active target. To give the commands to a drone requires you to have an active target.
The locking up time, it can be a bit frustrating, but I don't have a problem with it, because at the end of the day, you can do it while it's out of range. You can lock it up before you can fire, so that gives a nice bit of lead time. Oh, they're operating in auto mode now, which is great. They don't feel unlike the Guard A2 to use. Okay. Okay, so there's no more there. Let's get the... If I want to, I can drag this whole group if I very quickly want to get everything back to the ship. So that was a suggestion that was made during the chit chat on the last stream. So now all the drones are confirmed as away. Let's get on to the next site. Guristas hideaway, and let's aim for 70 kilometers again. Okay, so sensor booster is on, omnidirectional tracking link is on, multi-spectrum shield hardener is on, afterburner is activated, Warden 2's in space, And we've locked up at 85, and we can fire at 83, so that one worked extremely well. Okay, locking up at 95. Not a problem, that's good. That's how it's designed. And this is going quite well, I think. Just keeping an eye on the capacitor. We got all of these active components obviously pulling on the capacitor charge, which, if my calculations are correct, should not be a problem. Locking up at 93. So for this long range play, I think the Warden 2 is absolutely ideal. Okay, so let's get all the drones back to the bay. Trying different ways of manipulating the drones, dragging, clicking. So far so good. Okay, let's get to within 70 kilometers. All drones present and correct in the drone bay. Okay, that's a little bit closer than previous. Everything's active, afterburner active. In fact, as it's... Let's try the Warden 2. Is that too close? Or not? No, it worked okay. Although I suppose these are very ideal conditions. Yeah, no problem at all. 50 to 60. And in my plan, I'd kind of said that that type of range was going to be utilised by the Guard A2 rather than the Warden. But for the purposes of testing,
To give the command to a drone requires you to have an active target.
okay, I think we've cleared everything from that one. Okay, all drones accounted for. Again, we'll go in at 70. Although I'm quite confident about the targeting at range is working exactly as it should. So experience is telling me that these don't need to be reactivated. However, the afterburner does, and then Warden's straight out, and that should lock straight up and fire at less than 83. That was less than spectacular. $77 isn't going to be an issue. And it's auto attacking, which is good. Auto attack, focus fire. Auto attack simply means as soon as you see a target, attack it. And focus fire means all drones attack the same target all at once. And all the accessories are working, the capacitor, no issues at all. And there's absolutely nothing got through to our shields. so the range play is good. Okay, we are locked and loaded. No looking in Rex this evening. Just focus on the task at hand. We can get into that once we've got a workflow and a process that works. Yeah, that's locked up nicely. And it's not a problem. The fact that we haven't got the drones out yet isn't a problem, because you can't fire until it reaches 83. So that's not a problem at all. So everything, all the enabling modules are active. Locking up at 94, no problem at all. And as soon as it gets to 83, we'll be able to fire. That works, that's a workflow. If we were in a mission, long range play would have to be managed, create distance upon warping in. But if you were to warp in close, I think it would be good to be able to actually lock and load some drones with an appropriate range strategy and an appropriate fit to work at short range as well as long range. It sounds good to me, but I'm a noob. Always open to ideas, guidance. Okay, we are streaming to Twitch, MixCloud, Kick, Trovo, we are recording a 4K video for YouTube. The 4K video will have the game soundtrack. And the music track is being recorded to MixCloud as we speak. So I strongly advise you to put it back together. Go to MixCloud. The link will be in the YouTube video and Twitch video descriptions. I advise you to, because every time you listen to those tracks on MixCloud, the creator gets paid. Okay, we appear to have got them all. And that is a very smart way of getting everything packed, getting the drones back on board. Okay, we'll do the same again. 70 kilometers. All drones accounted for.
Warp drive active.
That is one beautiful looking ship. Okay, let's follow the process. Afterburn on. Okay, we are only at 50. Let's launch the Guardes. I've thrown all 9 out there, but it's reminding me that I can only deploy 5, which is good. So the Guardes have gone out. Guardes, the range on the Guarde 2 is not quite as long, but the way the drones are controlled should be identical. So we lock it up. Once it's locked, we fire. So the Guarde 2 is a sentry drone as well. So you drop it and it doesn't move, which takes a little bit of getting used to. Okay. Drones away. We are quite lucky this evening.
Drive active.
Okay, so this is a different type of NPC, but the strategy will be the same. I'm going to work at slightly shorter range, so the Guard A2 is what I'm going to use, and then we should be able to lock that up. Fire. That's absolutely awesome. Okay, let's see if we can do a quick change. So we'll let them get a bit too close, I think. But still targeted it absolutely fine. Just spamming the F key. Yeah, we got a bit of a workflow going now. And these are all coming in well within 83. See if we can get a bit of a view when we actually do fire.
To give the command to a drone requires you to have an active target.
That didn't go according to plan. Okay, so Well, we've cleared the field here. Just being a little bit creative with the way I'm dragging these groups around. Beautiful. Okay. No more Guristas anomalies. Okay, let's go back to the ship, take the Mackinaw out, do a little bit of mining, and we'll just keep an eye on the scope, and when the situation changes, we'll be right back. So back to the station.
Left drive active.
I normally hang my jacket up on the window to prevent the reflection of the light. Busted.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Okay, let's change over the ship. You will, of course, remember that we've already checked this. Okay, so let's go through the fit, because I have made some changes quite recently. We've now got the modulated strip miner 2 with simple asteroid mining crystal type B, and we got 2 of those. And for those we get 11 meters cubed per second each. We got our mining laser upgrade 2, which we already had, and we got damage control 1. So we've got the small shield extenders, and we've got our mining survey chipset. So predominantly configured for tank and mining. And we got our 5 mining drone 2s. So let's crack on. So I'm just gonna zoom out. Click in space. Okay. Largely untouched. Well, that's good. All the asteroid belts respawn at midday in the UK. So for it to be largely untouched, that's pretty good. Okay. Well, in that case, we will look for some huge pieces of scordite. Look at that one. 537. Let's just lock that up. And let's approach. Just make sure all those numbers come down. We are streaming to Twitch, MixCloud, Kick, Trovo. We're recording a VOD on Kick, which will be what you see is what you get. We will be recording the game soundtrack on the video, especially for YouTube. And the music track will be stored on MixCloud. Let's unlock that one because we have nearer. Those two I think are going to stay proportionate. And let's see what else comes down. No fumbling with the music tonight. We have a completely different workflow. Which I will share once I'm happy that it works. Okay, let's try and stop the ship before it crashes. And we are looking to turn this round as quickly as possible. Let's just do a quick look on the scope. No more, no anomalies, no opportunities for target practice. So let's just focus on the mining for the next 15 minutes. Okay, so let's pick a nice close one for the drones and we'll get all 5 going on that at the same time. Patrice Russian. There is something really awesome about mining lasers. Now at this range, these are quite big lumps, so hopefully it lasts. Now I'm sure it will. We got a graphical representation of the mining hold here. So 425 meters is the size of the particular asteroid that we are mining. That's bigger than usual, a lot bigger than usual. But these modulated strip miners do go through the scordite very, very quickly by comparison. Shack attack is that? So I think we can we lock another one up? Yes, we can. Can't wait to watch the 4K video. That is awesome. Cool, and the gang. Inquiring Yeast OM, welcome. Best viewers streamboo.org. Is that spam by any chance? If not, humblest apologies. But I have a strategy. Trovo chat is quiet. MixCloud chat is quiet. Kit chat is quiet. Twitch chat is fairly quiet.
The asteroid is depleted.
Okay. Drones are cracking on that one. The throughput of a drone is about a tenth. So 5 of them even, on the asteroid still means they're not going to keep up. The strip miners are the highest volume way of doing this. Change. Okay. We are ripping our way through that. Just doing a quick check. No anomalies for the target practice yet. Okay, I reckon the drones are about halfway through the rock. Mining hold 43%. And we obviously need to maintain the same drone discipline, because despite the warnings, I have left drones behind on a number of occasions, and there is a warning. Good evening on MixCloud. Thank you so much. Your support is greatly appreciated. Mining hold 51%. And we are hoovering our way through this. Are we going to need any more? I think we probably will. Just check. No. Nothing for us to have target practice with. Just need to keep an eye on the one which the drones are gnawing away at. These are really too far away for the drones to be effective. So I'll probably accept the contribution of one rock. So the modulated strip miners will have a go at anything less than 15 kilometers. %66. %71. We're streaming to Twitch, MixCloud, Kick, Trovo. Target stream time will be about 2 hours. Which should take us to about midnight. We will be capturing a VOD on Kick, which will expire after 7 days. And with Kick, what you see is what you get. For Twitch, we're not recording a VOD. However, the 4K video that we are recording for YouTube, we will re-encode to 1080p for Twitch. Top quality, the best quality that we can achieve. We are flying through it now. Mining hold 83% full. And the drones have just finished gnawing through the rock we gave them. Love it. Okay, so all drones returned. And I'm going to lock up anything under 15, just because it's easy to do. And we're broadcasting from the UK. It's Tuesday evening, the first stream of the week. Okay, so we are almost there. And just a reminder of the plan, we're going to zoom back. Zoom back. Oh, yes. We've got... Okay. Let's hope they're still there by the time we get back. I'm not gonna be unsustainable. I do try to be a sustainable miner in terms of making sure I finish the rocks that I start.
The asteroid is depleted.
94%. Get both lasers on that one. %. Oh, 99%. Are we going to get there off this rock? There are no drones in space. And that's it. We have got a full cargo hold. So, drones accounted for. I can't wait to watch the 4K video. Anyway, enough of that. Quick change. We went through the fit earlier. Anyone who's viewing late, there is a video being recorded and will be uploaded to YouTube with the game audio and Twitch as well. We're not recording a VOD on Twitch. Okay, same strategy. Let's go for 70 kilometers. On the distance play. So just a reminder, got our Guard A2s, we've got our Hobgoblins, and we've got our Warden 2s. We're testing the Warden 2s today. So, multi-spectrum shield hardener active, sensor booster 1 active, omni-directional tracking link active, afterburner active. So I'm still going to try, even though the distance is a little bit narrower than I would have liked, I'm still going to test the Warden 2s. Just check that there is no issue at this range. So just a reminder, the Warden 2 is a sentry drone. You drop it and it doesn't move. So very long range. Hence all these tests. As in reality, when you're on a mission, you're not going to get the opportunity to work at long range all the time. So you've got to have a workflow that's flexible. So you use hobgoblins, or I will use hobgoblins or hornets. But it's a no-brainer to get anything that can be got at very long range, at very long range. Okay, let's get drones back in the bay. It's so cool the way it does that.
Warp drive active.
All drones accounted for. Okay, 82 is good enough. Ward now locked up, and everything will have remained active apart from the afterburner. All it remains for us to do is press the F key as soon as it gets to less, as soon as that number gets to less than 83. This has been quite straightforward, I think. I was given quite a bit of guidance and advice on the last stream. And the advice and guidance was all about just keeping it real in terms of missions and the ranges that you are likely to be presented with. As always, we have my DMC collection keeping us company. Only this evening I'm not fumbling with the controls. Okay. Okay. No, we have no more target practice anomalies, and I'm not gonna do anything with the Rex. got quite enough on. Okay, let's go back to the station and get the Mackinaw out again.
Warp drive active. Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Yeah, I often just check the inventory just to make sure we're in the right place, because that would not be beyond the realms of possibility. We need the Mackinaw. Now, did we empty the mining hold last time? Just have a quick check. No, we didn't. So we got about okay, cargo hold empty. Let's crack on. Chat is quiet tonight. This is my first time streaming on Wednesday evening. Of course, when we started, it was Tuesday evening. So it's just after midnight here in the UK. Okay, no drones in space.
Drive active.
Some big lumps again. Let's lock and approach and see what else comes on the scope. So we will try and get as close as we can to one of the asteroids for the purposes of letting the drones loose on it. The strip miner 2, the modulated strip miner 2 is very forgiving. Anything less than 15 meters distance it will devour. The drones have to travel in real time. Just stop the ship before it crashes. Unceremoniously. Okay, that will do for the drones. While they're gnawing away at that, let's have a crack at these. Keeping you company this evening with my DMC collection. Predominantly 80s focused. The music track is being recorded to MixCloud as we speak, and it is a good thing to listen to the music and voice track in exactly the same way as you are now. So every time you listen to one of the copyright tracks, the creator gets paid, which is what DMCA is all about. Okay, we've got another one on the scope, but I'm just going to finish the rocks that we've got in progress, being the sustainable miner that I am.
The asteroid is depleted.
Okay, let's get one of these strip miners to give the drones a hand, figuratively speaking. In fact, let's get the drones safely back on board. And it won't take long, I can tell you that, it won't take long now. It's been quite quiet tonight, but you can watch the whole stream on a Twitch video which will be uploaded. It will contain the game soundtrack, not the music. I will also be uploading a 4K video to YouTube. But it will not have the music, it will have the game soundtrack. And I will be uploading the music track to MixCloud. I'll put the links in the video descriptions to enable you to put it all back together again. There's just something really awesome about a mining laser. Not going to start this one. In fact, I'll unlock that one to just make sure we don't accidentally start it. And that's as much as we're going to do. Let's get back. Drones accounted for. And the reason I'm doing that is because, yeah, we've still got two. We've still got two anomalies we can have our target practice with. I'm not going to finish strictly on the 2-hour mark. But I'm not going to go that far over either. Ship's having a bit of a nightmare getting through them rocks. We'll do 2 Guristas, I think, and then head back. Call it an evening. Let's go 70 kilometers again. Through Guristas' Forsaken Hideaway. Okay, we can deal with that. Although that might be the level 2 anomaly. Oh, okay. Okay. Let's just get everything started. Let's start off with the Wardens. Second time lucky. Let's get them all locked up. Made short work of that lot.
To give the command to a drone requires you to have an active target.
Being able to work at range, I think, is really giving us a benefit with this one. Need to be less than 83, which they all are. And as a sentry drone, it doesn't have to move. Just gotta keep an eye on these, make sure they don't take any damage. God, where are they all coming from? They aren't taking any damage, which is good. Just working at this range, we can probably keep them at bay. Okay, let's do one more. I was pretty full on that one. $70 kilometers again.
Drive active.
Okay, so everything's running. We're just going to start the afterburner. Throw the... I'm going to say that we'll go with the Guardies this time.
commands to a drone requires you to have an active target. To give the commands to a drone requires you to have an active target.
Okay, it appears we've got that second site in the bag. So I'm going to pack away the drones. So we had a blast with the Guard A2s. We confirmed what we needed to confirm with the Warden 2s with the long range. So it's been quite a productive evening. For those who've been watching on Trovo and MixCloud, thank you so much for your support in the chat. Kick and Twitch a little bit quiet this evening, which is absolutely fine.
Warp drive active. Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
And I'm going to be going back to streaming 3 times a week. Again, getting a little bit carried away with the music. But that's what it's there for. You've been listening to my DMC collection. I'm going to bring the stream to an end now. Thank you so much for all your support. It's greatly appreciated. And see you all again on Saturday night.
Today's conscription